Hello, everybody. It is Monday, the 2nd of October. I want to talk about the greatest challenge that is facing humanity right now, as I see it, in this awakening, in this spiritual awakening. The greatest challenge is to stay true to yourself. When faced with all possibilities, to stay true to yourself. Yeah, it's a bit like the guy winning the lottery. Yeah? He won the big jackpot and he says, well, this won't change me. Well, let's see if it will. Or if you can actually stay true to yourself. Now that you have possibilities. So, I'm thinking again about what is happening to me. Now, what is happening to me may not be universally true. Yeah? We are faced with all possibilities, and there may be those in this world that are faced with a different possibility than the one I'm facing. At the same time, there may be people going through the same experience as myself. And to those, this might be helpful. I'm not saying everybody is in this situation. But what came to me, or the choice that I have to make, is born out of the fact that I was raised within the Judeo-Christian tradition. Yeah? Which gives me a perception of what the future may be. And this is what this is all about. It is about the future, choosing a future. And it gives me a perception already of what that future may be. And in the teaching, in the New Testament, which is the foundation of the Christian tradition, there are two ways. Yeah? There is a fork in that teaching. One is the way of the Son of Man, and the other is the way of the Son of God. And they're both speaking. They're both showing their ways. And Jesus for himself chose the way of the Son of God. And then said, those who would follow me, pick up your cross. It's denial of self. Deny yourself. That is the way into the kingdom. The other way was continuously give to one another. Love one another. Give to one another. And that is holding on to one another and being strengthened by the connections that we have with one another. Because we receive energy into our core, which is our soul. And if we have connections strong enough that they can reach the soul, that they're not just on the surface, but they go right into the core. Then if we can hold on to each other and receive the energy of one another, and then the other becomes a part of you, not all, but a part of you, and we form a web. And that would be who we are right now. That is our truth. Or that should be our truth. In this world right now, receiving of that which is around us. In which case we need to let it in. And in this state, you are a multi-dimensional being. Yeah? You are a multi-dimensional being. You have many aspects that receive from many other sources. You're diverse in your intake of food. spiritual food, energy. You're diverse. The way of Jesus, denial of self, he became a duality. Yeah? So people are saying, get out of the duality and follow Jesus. No, that's the way into a duality, where there's only one thought and one emotion connected to only one point. Yeah? Now, you have many aspects to yourself. You have many emotions. You have many thoughts. You know many things around you that are real. You know them. He became a duality. One thought, one emotion, compassion and the will, the desire, the intention to serve, to give. And just one point of where he was going to, that was that kingdom. And that is, he went as a duality, not as a multi-dimensional being. And that is our truth right now, and that is what we need to hold on to. We need to stay multi-dimensional. Many aspects to ourselves. Now, when I said what's happening to me, and when I thought about this, what I said in my video before, these dreams and visions, the one where we form a shield, above ourselves, so that these energies cannot get in. And that shield, again, was formed by those under the shields holding on to each other, giving, and being in agreement that they all should be there. And the other was that we create a being that is a personification of wrath. Our wrath is creating that being. And again, that is actually created out of the fog that is in that teaching. Yeah, loving each other, holding on to each other, giving to each other. And if our focus is on that, nothing else can come in. And the other outcome is the outcome in the book of Revelation. And there is the saints that went to the cross, that went the way of denial of selves to enter into that kingdom. They are coming back in wrath. They have become a duality. They went as compassion and, the desire to give, and they're coming back as a duality. Wrath and the desire to have revenge. The energy has changed. The thought has changed. But there's still only a duality. And when I thought about, because I know there is something trying to make itself known to me, and it's a feeling like there is a door, and I'm afraid of what is behind that door, the intention that is behind that door. Yeah, that's why I'm not opening it. I'm not going into meditation to open that door. I do not know what's behind it. I do not understand what it is I'm opening, so I'm not doing it. It's really like what happened in America. You need to sign the contract, or you need to sign this agreement in order to be able to read what is in it. No. Yeah? First you need to open the door to find out what is behind it. No, you should know what is behind it before you open the door. You should know what is in the contract before you sign it. And I saw in a Star Trek episode, which was really poignant, because he kept saying, there was somebody there kept seeing a door. Yeah? And he was afraid to open the door to see what is behind it. And a counselor opened the door to see what is there. And what was there was a Borg cube. That was what was behind the door. You know, New Jerusalem, the Borg cube. Now, what I thought this morning, or what came to me was, you know, the way that we're being told there's a possibility, again, that's a possibility, that we are being contacted by those that went a certain way and that are now coming back. Now, I've heard they're coming back to warn us. Don't go that way. But if that which is behind the door is your future self that is in wrath, and you open the door to that, and opening the door means you're letting that possibility in all the way to your core. Yeah? And then that energy can come and you will become that wrath. You will become the image of that, which is only a possible future. Right now it's only a possible future. But you will become the image of that possible future in this world. You will become your future self. And we see the outcome, we've seen the outcome already in this world. We've seen it played out, that possibility. And that is that the saints in this world, those that were wronged, either they were truly wronged or they were given the perception of that they have been wronged. It doesn't really matter. You know, as long as it is real within themselves. Again, that Borg cube, the wrath of the saints, is only a possibility. It's not yet real. Yeah, so, but you can become the perception of that. So, in this world, the wrath of those that have been wronged is being whipped up, yeah, and they're being let loose. Their wrath is being let loose in the city centers and, you know, to burn and pillage. But then, you see, the intention with which they were being let loose is to serve something else. And whatever was their champion, like the Lord God and the Borg cube, yeah, he's portraying himself as the champion of the wronged saints. But the outcome is that he will rule over everything. And we can see that in this, a lot of us have already understood that when Black Lives Matter or others, Antifa, whatever, whenever they're being let loose, it is not to serve them or whatever they think they should have. They don't get what they want. But it serves something else, give power to something else. Another intention that is behind all of that. And that is what's happening in the book of the Revelation. He's not doing it for the saints. He's doing it because he will set himself up to be God of this world. So, and there's the fork. For me, there is the choice. Which way do you go? Which way do you open? And the way you open a door is you become that. Yeah? You let the thought of what's wrong in this world right now become all there is, and then you become wrath. But right now that is not my truth. My anger is there, it's most certainly there. But it's not all there is. I have other things that I can connect to, of which I can receive, to which I can give. There's my family, there's my animals, there's my plants. There's a desire of a future for all of them. and holding on to that, holding on to one another, staying diverse, staying multidimensional, will bring us through this time of tribulations, that we can come out the other end our own true self. We will have, I think we can receive during this time, but it should not change our truth at the core, at the level of soul. We should stay what we are right now. And that is the challenge. I really think that is the challenge that we are facing right now, when faced with all possibilities, to stay your true self. And as I said, the way into changing yourself into other possibilities is actually, in a way, it is accepting one outcome. Like that ball cube coming down, that is one possible outcome. And once you accept that, and you feel as if your wish has already been fulfilled, imagining yourself as one of the saints. Yeah, imagining yourself at the outcome of being wronged, and wronged completely. And then you become the energy of wrath. But right now, that is not your truth. That is not real. By imagining yourself in that outcome and starting to feel like it, you are producing the outcome. It's actually what Neville says. Neville Goddard. You should do. Go to the outcome and feel as if you were there. That is the way to bring the Borg cube to Earth. See yourself as at an outcome where there are many around you and you are connected to many. And not in a different way than you are connected now. I mean, actually, imagine an outcome where there are still people in there that annoy you inside. Because that's our truth right now. Don't just think, oh, well, we're all going to be happy, 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 but imagine an outcome that is our truth. But right now, imagine an outcome where we are being sustained, where we are being given, where nature is not destroyed. All of those things without us being changed completely. We are still what we are inside of that outcome. Only in that outcome we are actually being sustained, and we're not destroying everything around us. See, there's the challenge, staying yourself, staying our truth. And actually the outcome would come if we are our truth, if we are working out of the truth of our connections and working them correctly, then we would be sustained in this world, because this world will sustain you. It is created to do that, and it will do that if you work it correctly out of the true knowing of yourself. Oh, God, I hope this made sense, and I leave it at that for today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.